Okay, the two hands up. Let's bring it down a little from your fingers. Let's roll it. You drop the fingers. You drop it very well. You drop it. Remember, we're doing this for the love we have for our body. We are not doing this because we hate our body. Exercise is for me and you. It's good for you. For the love we have for our body. All right, the two hands up. Okay, right there, we're bringing our knees to the elbow. Just touch and smile. You touch. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, up there, the two hands up, the hands by the side. So bring it down, all right, down. And you relax there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's your program again, Spring Delight. The exercise segment of it, the exercise segment of the program. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just hold it, and then your hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now back to the other legs. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Up to the sky. All right, we count there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, the two legs out. All right, fingers at the toes. All right, we're trying to stretch our back muscles with this. You stretch it. For a few of us, that's... All right, stretch it. Let's stretch it. All right, thank you. All right, the two hands up again. So now the palm at the floor. So now we are lifting ourselves off a bit from the floor, just up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, you change. Let's come up again, a little bit up. Ready? We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, the two legs out there. You stretch your hands to the toes there. Stretch it. You stretch it. All right, thank you. Okay, we'll go back a little bit. Now the two legs up. This will affect our stomach very well. All right, now you stretch it out, one leg out, and your toes pointing straight. Look at my toes pointing straight, your toes pointing straight. All right, we count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, you change. These are some of the exercises that are good for our stomach, for our general body. All right, we change it again. All right, you change, we change, you change, we change, I change. And you look up and smile. Exercise is fun. You smile where it's, we are doing this for the love we have for our body. We are not doing this because we hate our body. 9, 10, okay. All right, we go. Your right hand, left leg, you hold it there, and I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, you change. The left hand and right legs. I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, right there, we're bringing our elbow to the knee. We come to the center. We go to the other side. We come to the center. We go again. Back to the center and side. Okay, let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. All right, up again. Let's stretch it side. Side, you go with me. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, please, let's double it up a bit. All right, let's go. All right, on the spot there, you make sure you are standing on your toes. Okay. Make sure you balance, you get the balance. All right, now we are running on the station there. Look at my position there. Now you go. Can we make it a little bit faster? Faster. Faster. Who's counting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, change. All right, same position, please. Take it up. You go to the balls of your toes. Ready? All right, we go. Slowly. Slowly. Now we're making it a little bit faster. Faster. Please counting. Please count. You count.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Last time. Count the last time. Faster.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, let's double it up. Let's double it up again. Yeah, it is your program again. Spring the lights on your darling TV, Western Spring Television.
our body, mind, and soul. I personally had a swell time here today. It was just beautiful, having to sweat out and I just get to flex all my muscles. And I bet you had a beautiful time with us too. And yes, you're still on to Spring Delight with us, although the only thing that is missing here today is Olatunde. I really wish you were here to experience this, but I'm sure subsequently you're going to get to have a feel of this. So I'm going to be taking you back to the studio where we're going to be joining Olatunde. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday morning with us on Spring Delight. Hi there.
How you doing, man? Wow. Ever since you've been doing this, the aerobics, it's really kept you in shape. You're looking...
Am I still in shape for real?
Absolutely. 100%.
I kind of think I just have like that pretty face. The shape thing, okay, I'm not complaining. I eat right. I eat my veggies. I do all that. Yeah, but thank you though. Thank you.
But for me these days, I've decided to take more of liquid pop. I like pop a whole lot.
What do you mean you like pop a whole lot? Why did you transfer from the fruits, the veggies to pop drinking? Explain.
It has to be the local sense more now.
Okay.
Like, what do I mean by local sense? These were things. This was actually one of the biggest things I was raised with while I was.
True. Same here.
And my mom would use cuddle me. Like,
yeah, I was gonna get there. Like they had to force you to do that, and now you're grandpa, and you're still used to use.
I'm not Louis now.
Today you've got gray hairs, man. Whether you like it or not, you are aging.
We all are. But the difference is just the way we all age is kind of like different.
It's different, right?
Yeah.
I'm aging nicely. And you are aging nicely too. I mean, have you guys listened to? I mean, have you heard like his Instagram, his social media handles, Irresistible TD? It is that. Where did it even come about? Irresistible TD though.
Yeah, I remember it was about 20 years ago. Then
I imagine how hot you looked 20 years ago.
Am I not still hot?
Okay, let's continue with that gist.
Well, the point is that there was this colleague of mine. Then we were with one of the federal radio stations. Then way back in Ibadan.
Okay.
Then he used to come up anytime we had a night show every Friday. He'd say, "You this guy, you're just simply irresistible."
Irresistible.
I'm like, what? Seriously, look at your voice, look at the way you present. I'm like, you're irresistible. So everybody just took it from there.
Like,
irresistible TD.
And you just took it. And really, it suits your personality. 20 years ago, you were like, I mean, you are the prayer point of most ladies. When ladies are praying.
Ladies? Why the ladies?
I said most ladies. No, this is true.
Goodness me.
It's going to be difficult for you to see a lady go down on knees and say, "Oh God, give me a short man. Oh God, give me a man that has." What we used to pray for is tall, dark, and handsome. Do you agree to that?
100.
That is our prayer point. Really? But you men have a way. You thought that can answer. There's not enough of you to go around. So the medium-sized ones will now come and wipe away our tears, and we fall in love with them. Both tall, dark, and handsome, we love you the way you are.
I understand where you're going.
Yes, you get the message.
All right, it's a beautiful morning. Today, the 9th day in the month of September 2023. Super excited to be back once again. And Spring Delight is the name of the program right here. How are we? What's the weekend like? Immediately for the past 3 weeks now on this show, anytime I come in and I meet you, I'm always like, wow, God.
God what?
God.
What?
We'll talk about that.
Thou shalt not call the name of God in vain. But oh yes, Spring Delight, we bring it to you every Saturday from the hours of 9 to 11 a.m.
No doubt.
Before you get ready for your Owambe and while you're doing your laundry at home, we are here to give you comfort.
No doubt about that.
You enjoyed that aerobic session in it.
Yeah.
I mean, the point is you might not even have to go to the gym. Even right there in the comfort of your home, you can just do a little bit of stretching, burn out those calories, please. Honestly, it is very, very important. And of course, if your birthday is in the course of the week or this very day, from the stables of Spring Delight on Western Spring Television, we are wishing you a merry, happy birthday.
And to all birthday celebrants in the month of September, happy birthday in arrears in advance. We wish you the very best. So we will, at this moment in time, let's celebrate with those who are celebrating their birthdays in the course of probably 1 week. Majorly, if today is yours as well, we'll say congratulations. We'll celebrate with them, and we'll also, in the course of this program, we'll bring you some fact
that you need to know about.
Yeah, and in addition to the celebrity birthdays, if you want us to celebrate your birthday on this platform, do well to reach out to us. All you gotta do is go to Irresistible TD, or you come to Simply Ajibs, both on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, Simply AJIBIKE, and I am gonna follow you right back. And it could be your birthday. We'll be celebrating on television.
No doubt about that. So let's just celebrate those that we have with us for today, and let's take some facts. We'll be back. Stay with us. It's still Spring Delight right here from Western Spring Television.
Can you imagine the feeling when you get your news as the break with facts and clarity? Our news are reported as it is.
In Africa, and all those who masterminded the way it happened will have to pay a price.
Enjoy Western programs, projecting culture and tradition to the world. Brought to you as the break and recapped every hour for your update.
More music on trendybeats.com.
I pray for you all of my life, that you would be my sun, my moon, my light. Now I'll testify, you are so much more than I ever thought you'd be. Do you see my love? I can make that sunrise in the west side. I can make you shine bright from the inside. If I have to do it for you, yeah, yeah. God bless the day you were born, cause baby when you show, things for my life just start to they glow. And so I sing this for you. Oh my birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Oh, I gotta sing on to you every day. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Oh, I gotta sing on to you every day, every day, every day.
What do you want? Say the word. You have my love, another life, girl. I will be happy to be your daddy all over again. Yeah. I've done the walk so you can fly. Make them joke if they're not like that. And baby, I'll be there for you every milestone, amen. Yeah, yeah. Celebration for my baby, it's your day. Only hallelujah, do my God every day. Take your time, do your dance, and do it all day long. Yeah. Jubilation, oh baby, it's your day. Hallelujah, do my shit every day. It's your time, dance tonight. Oh, yeah.
Oh my birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Oh, I gotta sing on to you every day. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Oh, I gotta sing on to you every day, every day, every day. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Oh, I gotta sing on to you every day. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Oh, I gotta sing on to you every day. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
and culture.
Arrested, affected, sound, found. What do we see? What do we say? Flowing from a spring. A fact A to Z. Check and confirm. Ever expounding current events. Traveling down from the business gist to the globally arising happenings, to the sports news, to the bittersweet infos. Guided transmission, even diffusion, vast and fast, detailed facts are fled. Within seconds, nuggets of words that flew across borders are fired. Stories short and long, wrapped in bundles of words, broken and dissected as it is. except misheard. This is the news as it is.
Hey there, I hope you enjoyed seeing our celebrated birthdays. And trust me, it can be you that we are going to be celebrating. All you got to do is reach out to us. Reach out to me on all my social media platforms. Like I said, @simply_AJIBS, and I'm going to reach out back to you. And of course, today in history of our dear country, Nigeria, a whole lot of things has happened in the past, and we are here to keep you in the loop. Okay, then now you see the role of fruits in our body cannot be overemphasized. This is just the simple truth. I mean, we have illnesses in the body that with little things, we are actually rejuvenating that body of yours and of mine. Okay then, and that is why we are here trying to make you aware. We are going to take you through a fruit report. Please enjoy watching that with us.
Sour soup is a fruit also known as graviola. Its history traces back to thousands of years and is deeply intertwined with the cultural and medicinal traditions of various regions. Sour soup has a creamy texture and a strong flavor that can be compared to pineapple or strawberry. The fruit is characterized by its large size, spiky green outer skin, and a soft white flesh. The flavor of sour soup is a unique blend of sweet and tangy. Sour soup originated in the tropical rainforest of South America, particularly in the Amazon basin. Indigenous communities in the Amazon rainforest were the first to cultivate and consume sour soup. They recognized its nutritional and medicinal properties and incorporated it into their diet and traditional remedies. Sour soup trees thrives in warm tropical climate, and the best time to plant sour soup is during the rainy season, as it requires consistent moisture for healthy growth. The fruit has also been recognized for its potential medicinal properties and has a long history of traditional use. Various parts of the sour soup tree, including the fruit, leaves, seeds, and barks, have been used in traditional medicine for their potential health benefits, which includes anti-cancer potential, anti-inflammatory and analgesic properties, antimicrobial effects, digestive health, vitamin C, and antioxidants. Furthermore, Soursop is widely consumed in regions where it is native or cultivated. Its popularity is mainly attributed to its unique flavor and potential health benefits. The consumption rate of soursop varies across different regions and cultures. In some areas, it is a staple fruit enjoyed by a significant portion of the population, while in others, it may be less commonly consumed due to a limited availability of cultural preferences. In terms of the global market, soursop has gained attention as a niche fruit and is often sought after by health-conscious consumers who are looking for alternative and exotic fruits. The fruit is also gaining popularity in the herbal and natural health product industries, where soursop extracts, teas, and supplements are marketed for their potential medicinal properties. However, it is important to mention that while soursop is enjoyed by many, its consumption rate may not be as widespread as more common fruits like bananas, apples, or oranges. Factors such as limited availability in certain regions or the need for proper education on its benefits and uses may contribute to its relatively lower consumption rate compared to other fruits. Overall, while soursop may not be as commonly consumed as some other fruits, it possesses unique characteristics, flavor, and potential health benefits that makes it a fascinating and sought-after fruit among certain populations. Today, soursop continues to be a valued fruit for its unique flavor, nutritional content, and a potential health benefits. While it has a rich history deeply rooted in indigenous cultures, it has gained recognition and popularity in modern times as a versatile fruit.
Okay, soursop. That fruit is not a common fruit, but then it's just, is there any other word we can use aside? It is the juiciness for me. Yeah, it comes, I mean, they are seasonal fruits. It doesn't, you don't have it every year, but when we have soursop, please do well to experience the taste. Okay, then you're still on to Spring Delight here at Western Spring Television, channel 190 DTT on Star Time. Now I'm going to be reading you some facts. These are facts that let you in on how to go. Okay, then let's take our first fact. I hope we are ready. Okay, the first one says a real friend is one who works in when the rest of the world works out. Who is your friend? They say this, they say show me your friend and I'm going to tell you who you are. Do you have friends that come for you in times of trouble? Or are they just friends that you just drink and you party with? See, friendship these days just has to be meaningful. It just has to be gainful. You have to be able to have impact in one another's life. Friendship should not just be for fun alone. If it's for fun alone, you are in the wrong circle. Okay, all right, then let me take the second one. This one says a moment of patience is in a moment of anger saves 1,000 moments of regret. A moment of patience in a moment of anger saves 1,000 moments of regret. There is a Yoruba adage that says why did they say that? When we are angry, we should take out our time to take a deep breath, because whatever you say at that moment in time, you might just regret it. So the point is, when you are angry, be patient and let that time fly. Okay, now let's take the third spring fact. Okay, this one says stop thinking in terms of limitations and start thinking in terms of possibilities. Why do we say this? you don't think about what is going to hold you down. Don't think about unsuccessful that business can be. Being optimistic is a goal, and start thinking of how possible these things can go for you. Don't think about what is going to hold you down. Do you want to dabble into a business? Do you want to venture? Do you want to acquire a skill? Do you want to go for a job? Do you have things around you that you want to work on? Don't think about limitation. Being positive and being optimistic should be your goal, okay? All right, now let me take the fourth spring fact. This one says, what can you do to promote world peace? Go home and love your family. That's by Mother Teresa. I'm going to say it again. This one says, what can you do to promote world peace? Go home and love your family. Hey, who is your family? Who are your family? A lot of you will just think, oh, it is my wife. It's my husband. Oh, it's my children. It is far more than that. You know, the Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Aside your family that you sleep and wake up together, your neighbor is another of your first family. You know, the set of persons you wake up to each day in your house there, you know, the people in your surroundings, those are your first family. Because God forbid something happens to you. We have times where you could be the only one at home, but because you have a neighbor who you love. How do we promote love peace if not loving ourselves, loving one another? Okay, so the point is, your family and not just your immediate family, and not just your parents that are far away from you, and not just your cousins that are abroad and all. Your family are the people around you, the people that live with you. So please, let us hold on to that. That is how to promote love, world peace. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Okay, let me give you the fifth spring fact, which is the last one before we go. Good or bad, whatever you do will come back in one form or the other. That would explain why the earth is round. I'm going to take that again. Good or bad, whatever you do will come back in one form or another. That would explain why the earth is round. Okay, that is what they say. What goes around, it does what? Comes around. You're right. Thank you for completing that for me. See, the truth is, the world is actually a small place. The world is actually unpredictable. So whatever you do, if you do good, trust me, it's not going to come back just to you alone. Even your children. It goes from generation to generation, okay? And if you do bad, if you have evil traits inside of you, you're going to transfer that to your children too. Trust me, because a good apple cannot fall from a bad tree. That's just the way it goes. So whichever way you lay your bed, so you lay on it. Okay, then, Spring the Light is still the program, and of course I hope you're having a swell time with us. And the reason why we bring these things to you is just because we want you to pick one or two from them. Okay, I know right now we can't chastise, nobody can chastise us anymore because we are adults, but we are here to just open your ears, open your eyes, and open your mind to the bigger picture of life. Okay, then, now we have our guests around right now, and when I get back, our guests, they're going to be seated with us.
James AJIBIKE was a lawyer who obtained his first degree in classics from Nigeria's premier University of Ibadan. Born September 13, 1930, the orator and the polyglot spoke impeccable English, French, Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba languages. His fine diction placed him among classical orators and public speakers like Cicero, the Roman orator. This attribute earned him the prefix Cicero of Esauke. He authored Kaduna Boy, an autobiography, Detainee's Diary, Constitution, and the People, among 6 other books. Bolaige was a colorful politician, elected governor of Oyo State in 1979 and appointed a federal minister in 1999. He was a pioneer founder of Afenifere, the Yoruba social, cultural and political group. He invested his political sagacity to propel the group to the height of political leadership and decision-making in the southwest of Nigeria. Bola Ige was assassinated on the 23rd December 2001. His murderers are yet to be apprehended till today. Western Spring Television identifies Bola Ige as a watershed character in history.
Can you imagine the feeling when you get your news as the break with facts and clarity? Our news are reported as it is.
In Africa, and all those who masterminded the way it happened, we have to pay a price.
Enjoy Western programs, projecting culture and tradition to the world. Brought to you as the break and recapped every hour for your update.
Fellow Nigeria, how to improve your welfare is of paramount importance to me.
Produced and brought to you in a unique way never before seen.
Western Spring.
Western Spring.
And Western Spring Television. Television is coming home in your color and culture.
Arrested, affected, sound, found. What do we see? What do we say? Flowing from a spring. A fact A to Z. Check and confirm. Ever expounding current events. Traveling down from the business gist to the globally arising happenings, to the sports news, to the bittersweet infos. Guided transmission, even diffusion, vast and fast. Detailed facts are fled. Within seconds, nuggets of words that flew across borders are fired. Stories short and long, wrapped in bundles of words, broken and dissected as it is, except misheard. This is the news as it is.
Thank you for being there with us. And we have been able to reel out who has been celebrating in one way or the other. Once again, if you are celebrating, we'd like to say congratulations to you. It's always nice. Birthdays are a splendid time, and I like that aspect of birthdays. Well, for those of us whereby we were born in the first month of the year, you know how it is. That time of the year is always beautiful. I love being January. Oh, both of us.
We are January. Yes.
Yeah.
You see, whether y'all like it or not, I used to hear, oh, when it's January period, people are broke. I tell you this day, that's a stereotype.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the year is the beginning of new things. It is a new chapter.
Yeah.
In fact, we are worth being celebrated.
No doubt about
and you
that. Too. So, we have been able to reel out some
fruit report.
fruit reports.
Because the fruit cannot just be overemphasized. Look, whether we like it or not, we need to take care of our body.
I've always looked at the fact that why is it that most of us as Nigerians, we tend not to really take that as one major thing.
It is.
Fruit, we need to, it helps the body system.
No doubt.
It keeps us intact.
Exactly.
But, I don't know.
Because, you know, with very little things, we actually take care of this body. Because I mean, I don't know, man.
So I will just admonish us that, look, let's once in a while, they are not too expensive. You see watermelons, you see oranges.
Everywhere.
Let's just do the needful. Let's just put that. It helps the immune system. And it will be so nice to see all of us healthy. Something that has been ravaging the society in the last couple of years, which hasn't really been, it hasn't actually been a good thing. I told Jibs here, and we were discussing this in the course of the program earlier while we were still off air, that for someone like me, I love to breed rare dogs. But the disaster that is happening when dogs begin to attack human beings, we saw what happened recently in our dear state here when that little child and the mother, they were attacked by dogs. Hey, when we're talking of dogs, of course, you know, you've got the boer bulls, you've got the Rottweilers, the Alsatians.
Yeah, so many breeds.
You have great breeds of dogs, but what are dog owners doing? Or let me put it this way, what should dog owners henceforth be doing when they have dogs, when you are rearing or you're breeding dogs in your house?
Yeah.
How can you keep them safe? And I guess this actually made us to realize that at this moment in time, it is their heat period. Dogs can be a little bit nasty. We'll get quite a whole lot concerning this, as we would like to welcome our dog, our guest, who is a doctor, and she will really be emphasizing and helping us out this morning. Dr. Abosede Olatokun.
Yeah, you got that right.
The Ministry of Agric, right here in Osun State.
Good morning.
Thank you, Doctor.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Let's look at the issue of dog. Dogs are fantastic breed.
No doubt.
For those of us that we love to rear dogs, breed dogs, but the dangers associated to dogs these days is becoming rampant and not palatable
at all.
The Ministry of Agric here in our dear state, Osun State, is there anything that the ministry can do to ward off the issue of dog attacks? We saw what happened to that young child and the mother, and it's something we've been hearing over and over again. What is the Ministry of Agriculture doing?
Olatide, I'm so sorry for cutting you short there. I was going to ask her what is going on with dogs this time before we then take it to
what the ministry is doing.
Exactly.
All right.
I thank you so much. Okay. Well, dogs are wonderful animals. They are man's best friend. And the terrible thing about dogs is even if you abuse them, they continue to be your friend. So dogs, they are becoming common. You know, there was a time in Osun State where you can really find all these exotic breeds. It was just the local breeds, and there were not even so many. But now, so many exotic breeds of dogs. Everybody knows that if you have a house, you need a dog. They are security. They serve as security in the house. They are your companion, and they are kind of also a class. You know, if you have a dog, you feel like you've made it. You have
it makes you classy.
It's it's a class. I don't know what to call it. So so it's becoming very common in Osun State, unlike before. You know, it's changing. People own dogs. People like dogs. People keep dogs. So before, maybe the fear of menace, the dog becoming a menace or a terrible thing, is now coming up. Because before, many people did not have them, but there are so many of them, and many people are doing many funny things with dogs. We have some people feeding their dogs with cocaine, because they want them real bad. They say, I want a very bad dog. So they'll give them cocaine, give them all sorts of...
People do that?
They do that. give them fresh blood, keep them, keep them locked up in a room. Keep them locked up in a room.
Like a prisoner. Like
a prisoner, so that it will become wild.
Oh my.
They won't feed them, So that's why this menace is coming up and becoming so rampant in the society.
And the way it's going, you can see we talked about class. Someone who's got this kind of dog, or some others that we will be showing you on our screen. These are beautiful, just like they are friends to man.
Yeah.
But looking at the rate at which they're beginning to attack human beings, what could have caused that?
Just like I said, there are many. If you have a dog, you have responsibility towards the dog. If you don't do the right thing with your dog, the dog will turn against you. There is inbreeding. For example, there is inbreeding. They will take dog from a wild family, breed it from another wild family, not even trying to understand where they are coming from. So the product cannot be tamed. That's one thing that can cause this kind of thing. Then another thing that can cause it, like I said, animal abuse. When you abuse the animal, it becomes the mental capacity breaks down. Just like human beings. If you abuse a child, it's no longer normal. Then another important one is you have a dog, do not vaccinate it against rabies.
Okay.
Rabies is endemic in the society. We have rabies in Osun State. There are areas in Osun State now where rabies is endemic, where people are dying from rabies. Human beings are dying from being bitten by rabid dogs. So now if you do not vaccinate your dogs, then they will be abnormal. You just see a dog, and it's not all forms of rabies that are wild.
Okay.
There are some forms of rabies that are docile. The dog just becomes suddenly very docile. Just maybe a dog that used to bark will not just bark. And you may say, what's wrong with this dog? You say you want to pet it. While you are doing that, I can just bite. There was an incident of somebody that the dog beat because it was his dog. It was like, are you mad? Just beat the dog. He didn't know that. The man eventually died of of rabies. So these things are happening because the dogs are they are entering into the human society. In ecology, they told us there is these 3 circles of overlapping ecology. So the animal is an animal, but it's coming into the human circle of living.
So now I'm going to ask you, I'm sorry to cut you short there. What should dog owners feed their dogs on? Now, I don't want to talk about these classic dogs, I want to talk about them and also the local dogs, okay? Because now not everybody can actually afford, and I've heard over time, you are going to have to confirm that for me, Ma, that you don't give them red meat. Like it is wrong because they get used to.
What do you mean by red meat?
I mean blooded, uncooked meat, processed meat. I've heard that 1,001 times. You're going to confirm that now. And then I see dog owners who go to veterinaries, they buy their foods and all that. But what about people who can't afford all that? Who's got local dogs? I want you to tell me, break it all down, what we should feed our dogs.
The digestive system of the dog is similar to man.
Okay.
The digestive system is the most similar to man. So whatever a man can eat, dogs can eat. But because dogs are carnivorous in nature, it will do you well to give them some meat higher than what you eat.
Okay.
But of course, we see these local dogs, they feed on scraps, they feed on bones. But you can see they don't look as fine as those ones that are really taken care of. So that is the basic thing. A dog is omnivorous. But carnivorous, more carnivorous than omnivorous.
Okay.
So it would like to eat meat.
And their meat has to be cooked?
Definitely. Better for you. Cooked. If you do not want a wild dog.
Meat.
Because you see, in evolution, some people are saying that some dogs evolved from wolves.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you start giving them raw or cooked meat, that wild instincts may come up. And then they become wild, and then the hunting instinct may also come up. They want to hunt. So no matter how much you chain them, they break the chain. They go out, they hunt for other people's chicken because they've seen raw meat. They've eaten raw meat. But if they are used to eating processed food, they may not even touch the raw meat. And dogs are also creatures of habit. You can train a dog to do almost anything. You can train the dog not to like chicken. You can tell your dog, you are not going to eat chicken for the rest of your life. Dogs are creatures of habit. They can be trained. They can be played with and trained.
Right, Dr. Latukun, let's bring it down properly to our dear state here, Osun State, in which we are. Looking at the incidents that happened occurred a couple of weeks ago now. Can there be a process to I don't really want to use the word deal with dog owners who don't really take care of their dogs?
Yes, definitely. Legally, you are responsible for your dogs. The commissioner of Agric had a meeting with dog owners, and he was able to tell them that you are responsible for your dogs. Anything your dog does, you are responsible. The dog will not be jailed. The dog, like that one that happened, is unfortunate, very unfortunate, but the owner of the house is responsible for what happened.
Definitely, right?
You are responsible. I'm not a lawyer, but I am told that he is facing manslaughter or criminal negligence, and that the minimum penalty is 7 years. So you are responsible for whatever if your dog goes and kills somebody else's chicken, you are going to pay for the chicken. If you destroy somebody's, not only dog, anything, any animal, any livestock, any pets you own, you are responsible under the law to make sure that you do the right thing with your pets. If you don't, whatever your pet does, you are going to be held liable for it. So that's what the law says.
Now, how soon or how well has that law taken effect in Osun State?
Well, like this recent one, I'm informed that the man is already in police custody. The man is definitely going to be in police custody.
He should be.
He is, and of course, if it happens, unless you bribe your way out. But that's what the law says, and the law will be followed unless maybe you bribe your way out. But normally, the normal thing, and that's why we are sensitizing the public. Many people do not know, or they just want to be wicked. Because we've been on a round of public sensitization. Some people called me. They said the owner of the dog died, and the dog was inherited by the son. Now, the son is claiming that because the dog, although he's a nuisance in the community, killing their chicken, and they are reporting to him, but he's telling them that, please wait, he's pregnant. Yes, it's just deliver. It's because of ignorance. He doesn't know that even if he puts him in trouble, the puppy is looking forward to not be enough to cater for that trouble. So if you have a dog, your dog you should have a house, a kennel for your dog. Dogs are not supposed to roam around. When we are talking, we are thinking of those exotic. I know that what happened in Oshogbo last time was from an exotic breed.
Yes.
But most of the menace are even coming from these local dogs. Because people have them, they don't even, I don't know, they just have them for having sake. They don't even bother to feed them. So they just roam around. March and September are the mating months for dogs.
Okay, noted. And September.
Yes.
That's the month in which we are now. So
you'll be seeing a lot of these local dogs just walking about, causing havoc. In the night, they will just be walking about. But it's wrong. If you have a house, if you have a dog, your dog must have a kennel. It must be properly chained within your house. And another point I want to point out, you see, you have these exotic dogs in your house, and then the children in the community, they will go and gather themselves and say, parents should educate their children. It's dangerous because that dog may not be a normal dog. You can just leap on them. Although he has some advantages. Somebody told me that was how he started his interest in veterinary medicine, and today is a vet doctor. From that coming together and watching dogs. But it also has some dangerous aspect because those dogs, if they are not properly chained, may attack the children. So,
so during the mating period, which you said is March and September, Enlighten us. What are the precautions to take over our dogs at this period of time?
Well, if you do not want unwanted pregnancy, one of the things you can do is spay your dogs. That means the male should be castrated. The female can be neutered. You can remove if you don't want your dog to, if you know that there is a chance, that's what is done in overseas developed countries. If you don't want unwanted pregnancy
at that time, March and September, you make sure that it's castrated or neutered. You make sure that chance is removed. And the important thing is, your dog must have a kennel. Your dog must be housed. Yes.
If your dog is housed, you can say at a particular time, this is where my dog is. A female dog, that's why they call them bitches. A female dog, when it's on heat, this March, September area, will do anything to get a male. It can climb a fence to go and look for a male because the hormone in the body that time is on heat. That's why they say you are doing as if you are a dog on heat because that's just the instinct. So you make sure that your house is kept in a kennel. There is no chance of any roaming about.
Okay. Okay.
Dr. Olatokunle, let's look at issues where dog owners have this lackadaisical attitude towards feeding their dogs well. Is the ministry as well looking at those habits of dog owners not even taking good care of their dogs?
Thank you so much. The commissioner had a meeting with them, and rising from that meeting, we decided to have a hotline.
Okay.
Good.
So that if you see, that was where I got the news of this story I just told you. So we decided to give out hotline so that if you see any animal rights abuse, like you see that somebody is not feeding the dog, or that incident, I was told that incident, that dog, the people in the community had noticed that dog is there, that is not being fed. It's not being fed, that the house was empty and the dog was just there, and that sometimes it has attempted what it finally did on some other people who were lucky to escape. So if you see all those kind of things, we decided to have a hotline. So I will be giving out the hotline if you permit during
yes,
the...
please.
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay, so 080 34 11 03 61.
Let's take it again.
Let's take it again, ma'am.
More slowly. Now that the people are just probably picking up their pens on paper.
Okay. 080 34 11 03 61.
And confidentiality, how well, because people, as it is.
Yes, of course, there is confidentiality. But of course, you should also be ready to give details. Like when we gave out the number the other time on Wednesday when we were here, some funny calls, it will tell you that I don't want you to mention. Of course, I told you, I don't even know you. So of course, I won't mention your name to anybody. But because people get so afraid, they don't even want... How do you make a report without telling the name of the street? So he finally said, okay, when the dog is misbehaving, I'll call you. That cannot work. Because is it that when the dog is misbehaving and you call the number, would the person not drop whatever is? You need to make the report. Then you may even give the number of the owner of the dog. A simple call to the owner. Your dog is misbehaving.
Tame your dog.
Tame your dog. Better do this right. Can't stop. That's
wow.
So nobody will say Mr. Lagbaja was the
No.
That is unethical and it's not possible. But you also need to give correct information.
Yeah. So some people eat dogs, ma'am.
Yeah.
Some people eat dogs.
Yes.
Are there any side effects to that?
No, not really. Some cultures eat dogs.
Okay.
Are people in Akwa Ibom, Cross River?
Yeah.
And you can even do meat inspection to be sure
the dog is safe.
Veterinary meat inspection to be sure that the quality is fit for human. Yes, you can eat dogs.
Okay.
If your culture so permit. I won't anyway.
Some people do.
Now, quickly, Doctor, help us out here. For people who love to rear, breed dogs, what's the treatment like for dogs? How often should they bring them to the
vaccinate them?
Vaccination and what?
Thank you so much. I think every dog owner must have a veterinarian because, I mean, you should have a relationship with your veterinarian. Dog is man's closest friend. You see the way children are drawn to dogs. The way we contact dogs are different. You may not be able to touch a goat, but you see children, they are so drawn to dogs. They want to cuddle them, they want to carry them, they want to. So they should be in excellent health because as you are touching them, the public health importance is increasing. So you should have I cannot say how often, very often, regularly.
The vaccination?
The vaccination. Every dog owner must have an anti-rabies certificate of health, duly signed by a veterinary officer, because even in legal cases, like a dog goes out and maybe was frightened, because if a dog is frightened, even if it's not rabid, it can bite. You know, when it's in a funny situation, it can bite. If you have your anti-rabies certificate, you'll be able to get out of it. See, my dog does not have rabies. It was vaccinated. It's been vaccinated this year. And by the way, the government is giving free anti-rabies vaccination in all the government veterinary clinics. Every dog can come in and be vaccinated.
Okay.
So a dog owner should have a veterinarian and should have a good relationship with his
the vaccination, both the local and the other breeds. How expensive is it though? Because most of these people that rear the local dogs, they are so withheld from these things because they feel I can't afford it. That's why you see those local dogs roaming everywhere.
No, the vaccination is free. The anti-rabies
at every point in time.
Every year you are supposed to take it from 6 months, 3 months, 6 months old puppies. You are supposed to give anti-rabies vaccination, and you repeat it every year.
Every year.
Right now, government is giving out free just to stop this scourge of anti-rabies.
Now, as we coast home, Doctor, please help us. What's your message to dog owners? And we'll reel out that phone number just in case we see something. And just as they say something.
Thank you so much. So my advice to dog owners is you have a responsibility to your dogs. You love them. Please be responsible to them. Give them the right food. Have a vet taking care of them. They are very close. They live very close to you. Make sure that they do not bring diseases or trouble to you. Give them the vaccination, the required vaccination, as at when necessary. Government is insisting now that every dog must have a license. That means you must register your dog with government veterinary centers all across the state. And then you must also have an anti-rabies health certificate, duly signed by a registered vet. And we pray for a safer society where such tragedy will not happen again.
And before you go, just in case you see something, you want to say something?
In case you see something, in case so that we do not have the repeat of what happened. If you see a dog being abused or something wrong somewhere, 080 34 11 0361.
It's been a pleasure speaking with Dr. Abosede Olatokun, veterinarian doctor from the Ministry of Agriculture, Osun State here. We'd like to say thank you. Keep up the good works. Probably when I buy the fanciful dogs, I know I have somebody who will help me out.
Help you out there.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Doctor. And you definitely have the very best of time.
Definitely.
It's still morning.
This is
Spring Delight right here from Western Spring Television right here. And we'd like to let you know that we still have some very, very amazing young kids who will do the needful. Do you know what instrument do you play? I know the only instrument you play. I know it.
Say it. Let the world hear.
You want me to do?
Please do.
All right.
It's coming from your mouth, not me.
What she loves to do. We'll take a short break.
Yeah, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Berlin Conference of 1884 defined the configuration of Africa, which hitherto existed as a continent of multiple kingdoms and empires under native rulers. The conference, otherwise referred to as Congo Conference, regulated European colonization and trade in Africa as initiated by German leader Otto von Bismarck. The Berlin Conference is often called the scramble for and partitioning of Africa, as each of the imperial powers carved separate portions of the continent for themselves without recourse to racial and cultural identities and differences. 137 years after the Berlin Conference was held, Africa remains a legitimized playground for European nations that sought to exploit its wealth and resources and manipulate its human capital to promote trades and investments of Western powers. Western Spring Television identifies Berlin Conference as a major event in history. The British Empire was the largest and the most powerful in the world. At its zenith, the empire embraced a quarter of the Earth's land surface and imposed her Imperial Majesty's rule on more than 458 million peoples across nations and continents. The empire took off with overseas possessions and trading posts established by England, spread over 3 million kilometers between 16th and early 18th century. Like previous empires, the British Empire began to crumble on its weight of overstretched territories and growing unrest in our various colonies. Today, the British Empire no longer exists. What is in place is the Commonwealth of Nations, a loose association of sovereign states which recognize the King of England as the titular head. Western Spring Television identifies the British Empire as a watershed empire in history. Dramatist, playwright, and icon of Yoruba thematic arts, Duro Ladipo was born December 18, 1931 in Osogbo, southwest Nigeria. His clergyman father christened him Timothy. His other names, Duro Dola, Duro Shomo, Duro Rike, reflected his persona and the circumstances that surrounded his birth. The legendary stage actor had in several public fora identified himself as one of the greatest Abikus born to die in this world. Family records reveal how he was born and died 13 times. The intertwining names he bore thus lent credence to his spiritism. Duro Ladipo was one of the best known and world-acclaimed Yoruba dramatists to emerge from post-colonial Africa. His notable works Obakoso, Obawaja and Moremi took him beyond Africa to several parts of the world. By the time Duro Ladipo died on 11 March 1978, the Nigeria's first cultural ambassador had acquired a towering image as an artist whose works adorned the frontage of Trenchard Hall, University of Ibadan. Western Spring Television identifies Duro Ladipo as a major character in history. Fumilayo Ransom Kuti was an educationist and advocate of women's rights. She was recognized for her vitriolic comments against colonial policy of taxation as it affected the Nigerian women. Bere, as fondly addressed by her women followers, Fumilayo championed the initiation of universal adult suffrage, which gave an unprecedented leeway for women to contest elective offices and power to exercise voting rights. Married to a foremost educationist and teacher, Israel Oladotun Ransom Kuti, the first president of Nigeria Union of Teachers, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti was the mother of children who inherited her spirit of activism. Olufela and Be Kololari, the former, a renowned musical legend. She was the first female student of Abeokuta Grammar School and the first female to own and drive a car in Nigeria. The award recipient of Member of Order of Nigeria MON and Lenin Peace Prize, was born on 25th October 1900 and was killed on 13th April 1978 by rampaging road soldiers in Lagos. Western Spring Television identifies Fumilayo Ransom Kuti as a watershed character in history. Hilas Olayinka Herbert Macaulay, politician, nationalist and journalist, was the first Nigerian to qualify as a civil engineer, surveyor and architect. Born on November 14, 1864, Herbert Macaulay was the founder of Nigeria's National Democratic Party, the first political party in pre-independent Nigeria. Scholars of Nigeria's political history describe Herbert Macaulay as the intellectual bulldog of 19th century Nigerian nationalist movement, in the deference to his qualities as founder and leader of two foremost political parties, Nigeria National Democratic Party (NNDP) and National Council of Nigerian Citizens (NCNC). His matchless versatility in party organization and control kept the British colonialists on their toes in the entire span of his active life. After his death on 7th May 1946, Herbert Macaulay remains a hero of his country, which recognized his anti-colonial struggles. Today, Nigeria's 10 naira coin bears his oval face and trademark moustache. Western Spring Television identifies Herbert Macaulay as a major character in history. Kiriji War, also known as Ekiti-Parapa War, was waged among Yoruba main ethnic groups which emerged from the ruins of the falling Oyo Empire that were desperate to replace the awesome powers hitherto wielded by the Alaafin of Oyo. The Kiriji War is defined as a conflict of confederacy and unitary political system championed by Yorubas of different socio-economic and political interests. The Ibadan military aristocrats felt they deserved a dominant position for saving Yoruba land from being totally submerged by the Fulanis by their victory in Osogbo War of 1840 and Ijaye War of 1862. Kiriji War, that took its name from the booming motor sounds of European arms, festered for so long because the Industrial Revolution in Europe provoked high standards of slaves. The 16-year Civil War also caused the emergence of new powerful kingdoms like Ibadan and the rise of powerful personalities like Oluyole, Ogunmola, Kuromi, Latosha, Shodeke, Fabumi, and Ogedengbe. One of the fallouts of Kiriji War was the birth of creative political and leadership structure in Yoruba land that was a blend of federalism and the autocratic monarchical system. Western Spring Television identifies Kiriji War as a watershed event. Western Spring Television, ours it is.
is the Wild Wild West, and Western Spring Television is pulling out all the stops to make sure that you don't miss out on every of the fun and happenings around you. Yup, we've got you covered because your girls got all the juiciest tidbits and entertainment news from around the world. Cross over to the chocolatey side of entertainment. Join me, Chocolate Cassie, on Eccentric as we take you into every bit of the juiciest news, fashion, music, movie updates, and other trending conversations. Together on the show, we'll get personal with your favorite celebrities via phone call, Zoom, or even live here in the studio. Eccentric will be shown on your TV screen on Western Spring Television, channel 190, only on StarTimes.
Here are 5 amazing fun facts I bet you never knew about Christianity.
Number 1, there are over 2.4 billion Christians worldwide.
Amazing fun fact number 2. The Bible is one of the best-selling books of all time, with more than 100 million copies sold every year.
Most Christians believe in heaven and hell.
The Bible is the most translated book in the world, with more than 3,000 languages.
Amazing fun fact number 5. Most Christians throw science out of the window without realizing that most scientists are Christians. Hello, I am Pastor Steve Akinwumi.
And I am Dr. Adeoye Oyewole.
Join us as we highlight and discuss day-to-day issues pertaining to the day-to-day living of every Christian.
Issues in Christendom shows every Sunday on Western Spring Television, channel 190, only on StarTimes.
Evelyn Ohiole,
Hi.
King Eve. How are you today?
I'm good, I'm fine, I'm alive.
I really feel like she's not giving the right answer to the question. When one asks you, how are you? And you said, you're saying, I'm alive. It's very annoying, seriously. How are you? I'm fine. I feel I'm fine will be the right answer instead of I'm alive. Not that I asked you if you're dead before.
Go and check all these 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, everybody, they are extraordinarily sexually active.
I feel is being unnecessarily hyper when it comes to the issue of sex, because we talk about other topics and it feels so reserved. It really doesn't have anything much to say when it comes to other stuff. But when it's the issue of sex, I believe it's being unnecessary.
wish I could play any of what you guys are playing. How you guys doing? All right, you can speak louder. How you doing?
Fine, sir.
All right, quickly let's introduce ourselves. Let me start from the young man. What's your name? Speak up. Okay, and Gabriel. Korede. Oh, say that again. Okay, and thank you.
How old are you?
7.
Oh,
7.
okay. How old are you?
11.
Okay.
8.
Oh.
10.
12.
Okay. Wow. Now let's okay, for the benefit of time, let's just talk to the big C's here. You see, of course, you're the oldest. This is a team of instrumentalists, right? And you guys are from where? What's the name of your outfit?
The Jadewe Institute.
Come on, speak louder. Let's hear you.
The Jadewe Music Institute.
Okay, Music Institute.
Wow. So what you guys do there? You guys learn different instruments. Are these just the instruments you guys learn, or much more?
It matters on what you want to learn.
It matters.
You can also learn talking drum, vocal training. It's also part. It matters on what you want to learn.
Oh, okay. But you play basically this?
And I minor on saxophone.
Minor on
what does that mean?
Oh man, look, this world is, these kids are
evolved. They know so much.
I wonder if somebody like Anibaba or Babole will be on this kind of thing.
They need to go to school. So imagine not having Baba Oloye and Annie, then Sheyi join. They are the ones standing here right now.
It will be a discordant team. Right. Tell us about, you love to play keyboard and you minor on saxophone. What are the basics that one needs to know if you have to learn how to play keyboard?
You first need to know the notes. The notes in music.
Okay.
Because in music we have 12 keys. We have 12 keys.
Okay.
Notes and keys, they are different.
Okay.
In notes, we have notes from C to A.
Okay.
And as for keys, that's when we talk about, for solfa notation, that's when we talk about our do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. While mostly people just think we have 7 keys, but we have 12 keys, 5 minor keys, 7 major keys.
You're learning.
Yes.
Wow. Now, and how, if someone like me now, I take interest in keyboard, how long does it take? I know Ajibike is looking at me to get to know how to play this.
To do this.
Keyboard is in like 2 major categories.
Okay.
We have the contemporary part and classical parts. So if you know the contemporary parts, contemporary part, it has to do with music. Like it matters on the type of music. It can be Fuji music, gospel music. But as for me, I'm learning both, and I've been learning it since, let's say now it should be 2.5 years.
Wow, 2.5. But if you have to rate yourself, how well you know how to play, what over 10? What will you give yourself?
I'll give myself like 5 because in the world more music is coming up, and it's not possible for someone to know all the music at a time. And although I know classical and contemporary, I'm just starting piano class, like to know all these different type of chord, diminished, major, minor, and all of those kind of things, all these jazz chords and all of that. That's what I'm just starting to know right now. So if I should say, I still have like a long way to go.
Now I can say 2 of these, and me looking at it, they look alike. I've called them both keyboard. They are both keyboards, right? So now what's the difference between the both of them though?
Their functions. Like his keyboard, I don't quite know, but my keyboard has something that they call touch response. You know, there are some times that, for example, someone can be playing very, very little, but if I strike it, it will make a lot of noise. So, for example, you are playing like a piece, that sometimes that they'll tell you that you should play softly. That's when you play the key softly. But in a place when you have to strike hard to make a loud noise. And
like the beats I was playing not too long ago. You know, it just saves more time not to be looking for a drummer. So you can just find the beats you want to use on the keyboard and play it. Okay. And it has different voices. Like for example, it has an organ voice. So instead of you to go and be using an organ, you can just type the voice here and play it. Oh yeah. It also has something like drum kits. Okay. So for example, you can just record, play the part of the drum. Can we get to experience that, like the drum part of it? In it, you can give us drum bit.
Wow. This
yes. Oh, okay. Can you play something with that? Can you give us something that's? I actually don't.
Yeah.
You don't go to that part, right? So what is the difference between this and that, though? Mine is more. It has more level than his. Both of them, they are the same product. Yamaha. So the point is, if he graduates from this one, he's going to come to this. Yes, like me now. Before I bought this keyboard, I also had a keyboard before this. Okay. So when I've outgrown that one, my dad helped me to buy. Okay. So they start from the bottom and they get there.
All right, you guys just get ready. You'll be taking us out with something classical, just as you did when you came. And I know there's a program you guys are coming up with tomorrow. Don't worry, we'll be there. We'll come support and see what it looks like. We want to see you guys play real good, right? All right, and it's on this note, Ajibs. Yeah. We will be saying well done to you guys. Well done. And get ready, you will be signing us off. But we'd like to thank you most sincerely for being there with us on the show. Spring Delights coming to you live from Western Spring Television for today. God willing, we'll be back again next week, Saturday. Amen. And another scintillating edition. Until the entire transmission team, our directors, our producers, the entire team, thank you for being there. And you definitely can get a recap of this program on all our social media handles. We are live on Facebook, Instagram, and X at Western Spring Television. And our YouTube channel is definitely bubbling. You can get a recap of this program and all the programs that comes out from Western Spring Television at Western Spring Television. Like, subscribe, and share. Tunde IDOWU is my name, at Irresistible TD on X.
AJIBIKE Anjorin Ojo is my name. Well, to follow me up on all my social media platform at simply_Ajibs, and I'm gonna follow you right back. Okay, we're gonna leave you in the hands of these amazing children to tantalize you ahead.
All right, take us out and let's get to hear from you. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.